Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Barbecue and Brews Bash Backyard Edition. As board chair for both Gateway Longview and New Directions, I would like to welcome you to our virtual fundraiser benefiting two amazing agencies providing critical services to children and families across Western New York. Ordinarily, Barbecue and Brews brings together friends and supporters for a fun downtown outdoor event to kick off the summer. It is a night I personally look forward to every year. Unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, we could not be together tonight. I am definitely looking forward to returning to a live event in 2022. In the meantime, thanks for joining us virtually tonight. The format may be different, but the purpose is the same: to raise critical funds for two Western New York agencies who provide essential services to our community, caring for children and families. Gateway Longview and New Directions have a combined history of service for more than 280 years. Tonight, your support will directly and positively impact over 10,000 children served by Gateway Longview and New Directions. Children who might be waiting for their forever family through adoption, children who might need special education or residential care, and families who might benefit from behavioral and health counseling. These are just a few examples of how Gateway Longview and New Directions help others in need. And your generosity tonight will go a long way to help bring safety and stability to children and families who need it most. Both agencies are well established, and their longevity demonstrates a commitment to responding to the needs of our community. Gateway Longview and New Directions have both evolved and introduced new services that have continued through the pandemic and become even more critical. Your support tonight and throughout the year helps build strong, stable families. So to our guests, volunteers, sponsors, and staff, we extend a heartfelt thank you.
Hello, I'm Caroline DeFranco, the CEO of Gateway Longview and the president of New View Alliance. Thank you so much for joining us today to be part of our Barbecue and Brews Backyard Edition. We chose to do it in May this year because May is Awareness Month for two issues that are very central to Gateway's mission and very close to our heart, and that is Mental Health Awareness and Foster Care Awareness Month. Gateway has two primary locations to provide behavioral health services in Buffalo. One's on our Williamsville campus and the other is at our Symphony Circle location. We also have 36 satellite locations located in charter and public schools as well as in pediatric offices, because we wanted to ensure that every youth had access to quality mental health services if they need it. Gateway also provides multiple levels of foster care services, including our residential program on our Williamsville campus, as well as a large apartment complex on the east side of Buffalo for teens who are aging out of foster care, as well as teen parents. We also provide family-based foster care, as well as support to kinship caregivers. And we also provide a whole host of programs that support these families and teens, including parenting programs and visitation, as well as behavioral health. One thing has been especially evident throughout this past year is that the services and programs that Gateway Longview provides are absolutely essential in our community. So I want to thank our board of directors for their leadership and all the sponsors and donors, not only for this event, but those who've supported us throughout the year. But I especially want to thank the 300 staff who are Gateway Longview. These are staff comprised of frontline workers and teachers and counselors and caseworkers and healthcare professionals. The dedication and perseverance that you've shown throughout this year has been nothing short of inspiring for me. And it is my true privilege to lead an organization that is making such an impact in our community. Thank you all for joining us.
On behalf of the children, families, and staff here at New Directions, I want to welcome you to the Barbecue and Brews and extend our deepest thanks for your support of this event. You know, this is the second time that we've had to hold this event virtually, and hopefully it's going to be the last. But we're so grateful for the amazing level of support that we continue to receive during what has been a tough time for all of us. You know, in addition to you, Barbecue and Brews continues to enjoy the support of our loyal sponsors. They not only deserve a big round of applause for their support, but I would like to ask that each of us take a look at who the sponsors are and support them in whatever way you can. And that might even include sending out a tweet or a Facebook post just to show them how much we really appreciate their support. Now, this is going to be a great event with a lot of exciting raffle items, but the main reason that we're here is that we believe in the mission. We understand that there are children and families who need our services, overcome their challenges, and to live happier, healthier lives. Together, we want to give them the help that they need. As you might expect, this past year has seen a growing need for the services provided by our 22 individual programs provided out of our 9 facilities, which are located in all 8 counties of Western New York. From our Zaffron Home for Parenting Teens in the Southern Tier, our 2 residential campuses, foster care, our schools, the Children's Behavioral Health Clinic in Niagara Falls, and a whole variety of community-based care services. We are meeting the need with compassion, trauma-informed, high-quality care in ways that respect and build upon the diversity of the people we serve. I'm proud to say that our staff, which has always been of the highest caliber, have really stepped up to meet the challenges presented by the COVID pandemic. They have been diligent in their efforts to prevent the spread of the virus, help protect families and children in their care, and adapted to new ways of delivering services. They are dedicated, compassionate, and knowledgeable, and each makes New Directions a great place to be.
Your kitchen door. You better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again.
So I'm a mental health counselor here, but I have a specialty in art therapy. So my background, I got licensed in creative arts therapy. So I take art materials and I turn them into an expressive way of therapy. I can work with any age range of kids, but we are doing 5 to 21 here. So art therapy is actually evidence-based, so I can take some assessments and I can actually diagnose your artwork. So some kids don't like drawing around here, and they'll say I'm not a good drawer, and I tell them all the time, you do not have to be a good drawer for this. You just have to try, and I will pull stuff out of that artwork. And it's more about the communication part and the processing, like taking this piece of art and what do we talk about with it, what are we here for, and how do we work a little bit harder on it. So that's something that I will use, and it's a little bit easier if kids come into a counseling session and they're thinking, oh, this therapist is going to ask me a million questions, whereas mine is a little bit more creative and laid back, where you can just draw a picture, blow some bubbles, play in the sand, and then use that as a way to process any of the trauma that you're dealing with or any of the mental illnesses that are brought about. I do have a training in play therapy as well, so for some of the little kids that are coming in here might not sit down and answer questions that I'm asking them, but I can actually interact with them with their play and in their art. And through the use of art and play, I can help them work through any of the stuff that they're coming here for. For older kids, I have all different kinds of wide range materials that they could use, from painting to coloring to murals to self-expression stuff. So I try to vary it based on the age that they're coming in here and make it more adaptable to them, so that they get interested in it. Because I'm sure some 16-year-old boys are going to come in here and not want to do art, but I'm sure I can be creative enough to think of what do you like and then somehow turn it into an art activity to engage them.
So what do you think sets Gateway Longview apart from other agencies?
I think just having so much flexibility in how you want to run a session. You know, you could do a session maybe at the playground, which is great to see how kids interact. You know, you're really able to meet clients where they're at, you know, so there's not that barrier, oh, if I don't have transportation, or, oh, if I can't make it for some reason. There's so many things as far as different settings to do sessions, as well as maybe telehealth. So I think for Gateway, we have just so many ways of meeting clients where they're at that sets us apart from other agencies.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so with the pandemic, I didn't even really think about this before. How has what has been the telehealth experience for you? How has that changed, your approach?
Honestly, I haven't, I thought I was going to end up doing more telehealth because of COVID, but clients have actually been, pretty open with meeting in person or meeting at the home. So it definitely does make things a little bit interesting, because it's not that same feel as seeing a
Hmm.
client in person. But overall, I would say well. And then when we are seeing, we're doing the COVID screening, so it's not much different
Hmm.
from, prior to COVID, but it does change things up a little bit.
Yeah. So you kind of touched on your favorite subject in school. Do you have any other favorite teachers or classes that you really like here?
I mean, all the teachers are great. All the teachers like to push for us to be the best. So when we get out of here, we know exactly what we want to do, and leave here with a good state of mind. Make sure when we leave here, try to do the same stuff we're in here for or anything. So, yeah.
What are some things that you've learned to kind of keep yourself centered and?
I honestly look for the positive. Like, I started to notice negativity doesn't really do nothing because it just makes your situation per se worse. So I just look for positive. Like, if my friend's not gonna be positive here, I gotta stop talking to him from a distance because your negativity gonna make me want to think negative, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. So if you could tell adults, just adults in general, one thing that is misunderstood about kids your age. No, you're not a kid. You're a young man.
Right.
What is one thing that you'd want adults to know?
I would want them to know, some of the things that kids do aren't always bad. Some things that kids do are for reasons or some things from their past or it's things that they've seen. Everything isn't because of what you think it may be. It might be, some kids might be their environment, some kids it might be where they was from. It really depends on how their lifestyle was.
Mm-hmm. And can you tell me one thing, if you could tell people one thing about Gateway Longview, what would you want people to know about this campus?
It has its moments where it's disciplined, but I would say it definitely teaches you a lot. It definitely is an easy way to go home with a lot of life skills and a lot of stuff to work on. So everything that you leave here with, you would know on the outside.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose to enter the SILT program?
I entered the SILT program at around 18 years old. I decided to do it just to find out, not really to find out, but more to experience what it's like to live by myself and how to be independent and to, learn those types of skills.
And how long have you been in the SILT program now?
Technically 2 years.
Okay.
And I plan on staying until I age out, basically. So when I turn 21.
What are some of your future goals and dreams?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking I guess my career one step at a time. I don't really have any big goals right now.
Okay.
I'm currently really happy for where I am right now. I wanted to open up my own shop at one point, but of course after learning about how much it takes to do that, I don't think I currently have what it takes right now. I'm not saying the goal is lost on me, but I think I want to gain some more experience before I start going into really huge goals I don't know, bakery owning and stuff like that.
Okay.
It takes a minute to gain some experience. So I'm currently working to get my permit and driver's license. And hopefully, if I have enough in my savings, I will be able to purchase a car.
Awesome.
But while I'm at work, the thing we do is for every time we have a paycheck, it is required that I take away half of that and give it to them for my savings.
Mm-hmm.
At first, still, it's a bit annoying because it's just I worked a whole bunch of hours just for half of my paycheck to be cut off. But in the long run, it's good because that money, it's still mine and it's going somewhere else. And while I can't have it now, I can definitely have it later. So
yes.
Yeah. I've learned a bunch of different stuff. Whether it be just regular, adulting stuff, or I learned a lot. I think I learned a lot more about myself, if anything.
Okay.
What it's like to live alone, because you think you'll be fine. Oh, you will be fine. It's nothing that bad. It's not really that bad. It's learning how to live by yourself, to me. And I guess being by yourself for long periods of time, you start to, I guess, know yourself a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do all of this because of people like you. So again, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with the raffles, except for the autographed Josh Allen football. I've got my eye on that one. But with that aside, thanks so much. Take care.
Hello again, everyone. It's time to make your final bids as the auction will be closing shortly. I hope you enjoyed your time with us tonight. Thank you for your support and see you in person in 2022.